Hello again, top of the week to you. Welcome to News Across Nigeria. I am Olumide Macaulay, and this is the show where we tell you as well as show you what's happening across the Nigerian Federation. We begin in the north-central region of the country and politics. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared the results of the Kogi State governorship election inconclusive. INEC's Chief Returning Officer, Professor Emmanuel Kucha, announced this at the Collation Center in Lokoja, the state capital. According to the electoral body, the decision became necessary because the difference between the total votes scored by the two candidates of the APC and the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, is less than the number of cancelled votes.
In this 2015 governorship election are APC and PDP, wherein APC scored 240,867 votes, PDP scored 199,514 votes. The margin between the two political parties is 41353. The margin is 41353. The total number of registered voters in the polling units cancelled or where elections were not held is 49,953. 49953. Applying the provisions of the above quoted guidelines. And the guidelines are these. It says, going by the INEC approved guidelines and regulations for the conduct of 2015 general elections in page 22 to 23 and paragraphs 4, section N, the returning officer is directed to act as follows, and I quote, where the margin of win between the two leading candidates is not in excess of the total number of registered voters of the polling units where elections were cancelled or not held, declined to make a return until another poll has taken place and the results incorporated into a new form EC8D, and subsequently recorded into form EC8E for declaration and return, unquote. Applying the provisions of the above quoted guidelines, therefore, the total number of registered voters of the polling units where elections were cancelled or not held is in excess of the margin of win between the two leading candidates. Consequently, this election is therefore inconclusive, and I hereby so declare.
That was the Kogi State governorship elections being declared inconclusive there by the officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission. And now we're joining our correspondent, Larry Lasisi, who is in Kogi State live to give us some feedback on what's happening now. Larry, who could have seen this coming? What's happening now, the mood amongst the people and the political parties themselves?
Well, Olumide, as we sat there and the results were coming in and local government by local government, I think for some of us anyway, as we're keeping count of the figures, it looked like this is what it was going to add up to. There was a lot of cases of overvoting, cancellations, and especially the one, there was a particular one in the Kina local government where over 17,000 votes were said to have been cancelled or so. So when you now tally all this together, I think to a lot of us, it appeared this might be coming to what it had come to. But, you know, it was also something a lot of people didn't expect, especially when it looked like it was a clear win for the APC, especially local government by local government. They were winning, they were taking local governments, and one expected that the race was done and dusted. So there were varying times where you felt, look, this race was done and won, but as the figures, as you kept putting the adding the figures together, it came to that point that, look, this may just end up being inconclusive. And I think everybody agreed with the returning officer that by the time he put together his own position, it was clearly what to do.
Are you hearing from INEC, Lanre? What happens next?
Olumide, well, I can tell you INEC is being very scarce right now. The officials are, trying to keep to themselves right now. I've been trying to make contact. I've been able to get through to see what or when we can hear from them. But, just as you are aware, the situation that has come up now has set up a real legal precedent, and it's going to be something for the history books. And I think they themselves are going to have to sit down for a few days, rub minds before they can come forward with a position. And I can tell you from the different opinions and perceptions I've heard from legal minds that even when the commission comes out with its own position, a lot of contention is still going to hit that. So we're waiting for them. The ball is in their court. They will have to take a position no matter how long or delayed that position is. Finally,
Lanre, effectively, Captain Idris Wada remains the governor of Kogi State.
Precisely. The elections have been, are inconclusive now, but even if the results had been declared yesterday, it doesn't mean immediately. He's supposed to hand over in January. That's when his tenure will effectively come to an end, towards the end of January. So he's still the governor into the 2016, when hopefully all this will be cleared and somebody or the winner of the governorship elections will be declared.
Thank you, Lanre. Good job. I saw you and Sheil hither and thither, here and there, doing the business of covering the elections for us. Many thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
From there, we will go to the south-south region of the country, but we'll stay with politics. The People's Democratic Party, flag bearer in Bayelsa State, Siriake Dixon, has taken his campaign to parts of southern Ijo and Yenagoa local government area. For the serving governor, interacting with the people at the community level will boost his chances of emerging victorious in the December 5th governorship elections.
Governor Siriake Dixon's town-to-town campaign continues in 5 communities in southern Ijo and Yenagoa local government areas of the state. First stop is a Depia community where indigents, particularly the youths, including football teams boldly displaying their banners, and students welcome the governor and his entourage to their community. And in a Kempai community, the traditional ruler assures the governor of his people's willingness to re-elect him.
The whole crowd you see here are behind the second tenor, because right from the history of election in this my community, PDP has been the leading political party, and yours will not be exceptional.
In Otuan town, secondary school students show their support for the governor by displaying the free uniforms and free textbooks they benefited from his free and compulsory education program. As Governor Dixon moves from one community to another, a growing crowd accompanies him with cheers and songs. It's a make-up visit in Amatolo, a riverine community, and Governor Dixon takes the time to commission the PDP Secretariat. In Amasoma town, sons and daughters of the land endorse Governor Dixon for a second term in office.
They have all agreed with me that they don't know that party. Just for the particular, just so, to put Alamese in remembrance, they will never deviate from voting for PDP.
The Siriake administration have done a lot for the people of Otuan. Formerly, we used to travel from Otuan to Yenagoa 1 hour 30 minutes. But with the introduction of the road to Ayama, 30 minutes from Ottawa. We are in Yama.
With endorsements coming from the communities, Governor Dixon breaks into a victory dance.
Very humble. I'm grateful to God Almighty for the honor. I thank all the wonderful people of this state and all the communities who have visited so far for the reception and for the endorsements. They appreciate what we have done. We have taken our state to the next level. But the work is not finished yet. And they understand, all of them, the need to consolidate on peace. They understand the need to consolidate on security and development. And that's why you are seeing this mammoth crowd.
The tour continues with this message of continuity, consolidation and peace, where the votes of Bayelsans alone determine the outcome of the election.
In the meantime, the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the same state, Bayelsa, for the governorship election, Mr. Temipire Silva, is certain of his party's commitment to peaceful polls in the state. Mr. Silva gave the assurance while receiving endorsement from the State Elders Council. Our correspondent Amaka Okafor reports.
Exchange of pleasantries between Mr. Temipire Silva and members of the Bayelsa Elders Council from whom he had come to seek support. The chairman of the Bayelsa Elders Council admitted that some members of the Elders Council have political affiliations, but assured that the council is non-partisan.
Bayelsa State has only one party, and I explain that one party. The one party is the party of the oppressed, marginalized by the other tribes, bigger tribes, people who have taken from us what is due us, and we are all victims. We are all together as Bayelsans, as a job people. That is the main party. But all the other 20 parties, PDP, APC, Labour and all that, they are all a means to an end.
On his path, Mr. Silva explained what he expects from the council and also defends some of the allegations against him.
If justice is to be done, if our elders believe in justice, then the justice in Bayelsa State must start with me. You elders understand Bayelsa better than me. And you know that this state, more than many states, need a lot of security, especially during elections. I will never use security to win my election because I don't think I need that. I believe that in a free and fair election, we will win.
After a short closed-door deliberations, the Bayelsa Council of Elders announced their position.
We are eligible to run the second term. And as one of our members, we would like to give you our blessing and support. We would like to appeal to you also to ensure that it's a fair and violent-free election.
The support of the elders is expected to be a boost for the aspirations of Mr. Silva as he continues to canvass for votes from the length and breadth of Bayelsa State. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
And as we anticipate the Bayelsa governorship elections, we're taking a quick recess on News Across Nigeria, only to come back and pay some attention to the northeastern part of the country, the insurgency, and the military's efforts to quell it. Please stay with us.